Thank you for joining us. I'm Rolly Hoyt. Marlisa has the week off. This time last year, the first COVID vaccines began shipping out across the country as COVID cases ran rampant. Now, a year later, we're still not out of the woods when it comes to this pandemic. And as THV 11's Jay Jackson shows us, health officials are anticipating another surge of cases and testing after this holiday weekend.
In the middle of what we're calling an Omicron variant surge.
As the Omicron variant spreads, the Arkansas Department of Health has now confirmed 63 cases of it in our state. It's a growing concern because ADH says they don't have the proper treatment for Omicron like they do for the Delta variant right now. Medical experts still haven't confirmed whether or not the Omicron variant is as severe as Delta.
This is a little bit worrisome because even though it appears that not as higher proportion of the people who get the Omicron variant end up in the hospital, the sheer numbers can greatly increase our hospitalization.
But many people aren't taking chances or making sure they are helping to keep themselves and loved ones safe by getting tested, something Dr. Ahmad Brown says he's seeing at Natural State Labs locations.
We saw thousands of folks come through our drive-thrus, and we saw a massive surge. You know, actually, we're seeing a surge already. That started probably a couple weeks ago, and we are seeing it ramp up exponentially right now at our drive-thru locations.
I think many of us are hoping is that Omicron is going to be at least a bit less severe than Delta, which may mean that we'll have less people in the hospital. We certainly have a lot more people vaccinated now than we had in late December of 2020. And that hopefully is going to also reduce the likelihood of people being hospitalized.
Dr. Robert Hopkins with UAMS says they're already seeing an increase in hospitalization numbers, and he urges Arkansans to take the necessary precautions to stay safe.
Only about 15% of Arkansans that are eligible have gotten the booster dose. Please get vaccinated. Get your booster.
In Little Rock, Jay Jackson, THV 11 News.
Jade, thank you. Today's report on COVID numbers is a little complicated. It does indicate a lot of new cases will indeed arrive this week. 981 new cases reported today. That's a big number for a Monday and comes on the heels of a couple of big days late last week. It's also probably a sign that many people started to show symptoms over the weekend and just couldn't wait until the work week started. The number of hospital patients is back above 500, 188 of them in the ICU. Now keep in mind that is only 30% of the number of patients that we saw in this summer, as you see on that graph. COVID isn't stressing hospitals right now, but as Dr. Bob said, we have to wait on Omicron, obviously.